Let's welcome him to the show. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, you sound way too calm to be good morning.
Yeah.
That's because I just had my morning medicine.
How much medicine do you actually take a day? You seem like a guy who's definitely got some issues.
Oh, no, whatever the freaking heck I want.
All right, listen, give me a little background. I'm a New York guy myself. You live where? Long Island?
Yeah, I live in Long Island, yeah.
And I saw a bunch of videos, and you have a YouTube channel, and you're a guy who seems to find yourself in the middle of situations.
Oh, yeah.
What happened that day that in the bagel store that sparked you to be that angry? We don't get to see the beginning. We only get to see when you were already angry.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know, that usually is what happens, and the media is known to do that and twist it. No, I basically went in, I ordered a simple a bagel sandwich, and the woman, I guess, she looked like she was from India, so it was a little hard to understand her, and she looked like she didn't understand me. So it took me about 2 or 3 times for her to finally, you know, she said she understood what I wanted. So then as she starts to go to prepare my food, right before that, she's like biting her top lip and smirking. And then she's going to her coworkers, and then she's starting to cook, and she's giggling and putting her hand over her mouth and looking at me. And right away, what that did mentally to me was, two things. It embarrasses me because there's a lot of people in the store, and I'm starting to feel maligned. And
Right.
My character was, you know, and she was making it obvious. And number two, it triggers memories from the past of being, you know, rejected or whatever the case may be. So it's a snowball effect.
Well, clearly you have a background of issues with people, with women online who, and we all know women don't like short guys. I mean, I'm a fat guy, and it's easier for a fat guy to get chicks than it is a short guy.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've actually had, I went on 15 different dates last year. I did pretty well. This year wasn't as good, but, you know, a lot of people say it's personality, which to a degree is true. I mean, look at Tom Cruise or Bruce Lee. They weren't the biggest guy. I'm sure there were a lot of women that were taller than them that loved them.
Yeah, but they're also famous, though.
And
they got that going for them.
Exactly. So am I now. But anyway.
So now
it helps. And all of a sudden, the women that never went for me are just falling out of the trees. Isn't that funny?
Let me tell you, I was watching the video with my wife, and when you got mad and you got in the one guy's face, I was like, man, this guy's got some balls, because that one guy is way bigger than he is, and he's chest bumping him. And I go, but if I was there online, I'd probably lose my temper right about now. And then all of a sudden you hear that guy go, shut up. Were you expecting that guy to get physical with you, though? Or did he just come out of the blue? Like, was he threatening you, or did he just attack you?
Well, actually, yeah, let me pick up from where I left off. So when I come and said, you know, miss, what are you laughing at or smiling at? And then they always give you I've noticed a lot that when you catch somebody in their BS, what happens is they react. I don't know the doctor could probably tell you what's happening internally, you know, medicine-wise, but physiologically. But what happens is that I think what people do is they when you catch them in their BS, they get embarrassed. So then right away their natural reaction to hide, to convert their guilt and embarrassment, it's like a defense mechanism.
Sure.
Or how they handle it mentally is they automatically go in defense mode and deny it, even when you just watch them do it, right? And I've had plenty of instances in the past, like where I had gone on 25 interviews last year for a paralegal job, and some of the women that are bringing me to the back, rolling their eyes, I'm catching them doing this.
Yeah.
So it triggered all that stuff in a second.
Well, so all that anger comes back.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if a woman gets raped and then what happens again 5 years later, that's going to trigger that memory. Well, it's the same thing. So basically they were denying it, and that got me more upset. And then I said, you know, why don't you just make my breakfast? Because of the two other, I don't know if you saw the other videos from the 7-Eleven. You know, I also recently lost a $900 a week account to my cleaning company. There was a whole bunch of stuff that just snowballed, and I just lost it. I had enough. And I can't even go into a place a lot of times where, you know, I'm just getting these stupid looks, and it's like, you know, so I'll go into a 7-Eleven at 3 a.m. and ask for a coffee on my way to a job, and I'm getting asked how tall I am, and I just feel like beating the heck out of them. Like,
Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. Galvin, who I work with, is 6'5". And it's different when you ask. What's that? Yeah, well, but it's different when you ask somebody how tall they are.
Right.
You don't say it like in an insulting way. I would never go up to.
Well, no, I'm not. I forgot to tell you. Well, this was at a gas station in Farmingdale because I had an account there. So he was trying to apologize, and I'm like, that's like asking a woman how big her breasts are.
Yeah.
So the next night I go in there, right, and there's a woman online. And I'm behind her, and I'm looking, and the guy's back working, and now his manager's there. And I said, well, excuse me, why don't you ask her how big her breasts are? Then he got embarrassed, but he got mad, and he's punching his hand, going, you're lucky I'm on my ship. I says, oh, so you could take your own medicine, but you can dish it out, but you can't take it, huh? Mm-hmm. I says, go ahead, why don't you ask her? He had nothing to say. He got pissed. Mm-hmm.
Pissed. How many fights have you gotten in since high school?
Believe it or not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all.
Don't believe it.
Actually, just one. No, I'm sorry, two. I won both, but then I got into another one after high school, which I lost, but it wasn't that big a deal. But getting back to the bagel thing, so yeah, and then after that, that's when the first guy. Everybody always decides to get in my business all my life, and I know why, because they're bigger than me. They think they can push me around, And people though can be so stupid because, hello, like you don't go up to a stranger and put your hands on him unless you're like an undercover cop, or he's, a real danger. Let's say he's about to shoot the place up or something like that. Yeah. That I understand. But, I didn't touch anybody. It was unprovoked in that sense. And I've also experienced my whole life where people would gang up on me. And I'm one person. And so
who's ganging up on you? You're not even 5 feet tall. Why did they have to gang up on you?
Well, I have another brief story for you. I used to be a freelance court reporter. I was on the LIR one time.
Right.
And you know how one side of the train has 3 seats and the other side has 2 seats?
Yep.
Well, I sat on the left side. There was a guy by the window. I sat in the middle, and then on the right seat on the floor, I had my airport bag with wheels. I had my $3,000 stenography machine in that bag. And as I'm falling asleep, I hear my bag get kicked, and I look to the right. I go, did you just kick my bag? And the guy just points to the seat, expecting me to give him his seat. So I says, well, no, I'm sorry, you're not getting your seat. So he walks away and screams, F you to me. So then I stood up and I said it back. And then the next thing you know, everybody goes, nobody gives a SHIT about your bag. So then I stood up and said, why don't you all shut the F up? And how would you like it if I picked your effing bag? And these are all grown-ups going to work. And not one person after that said nothing.
No, because look, my dad taught me an important lesson. He's like, the little guys who want to fight you, because I'm a big guy, the little guys who want to fight you, those guys are crazy. Like I would have been like, this crazy little guy screaming at everybody on the train. I wouldn't have messed with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I got to tell you, there's 2 schools of thought. It depends on the day. One, I either would have not have messed with you, or I would have smacked you right in the face. One or 2 things would have happened.
Well, that's okay. I would have smacked you back. But either way, you got to expect both reactions, either one. I'll tell you one other quick story. I'm sitting on the subway in Manhattan. And all of a sudden, this black girl pushes me and goes, move. And I'm just sitting there. So I go, okay, you want to mess with me? So I get off the subway. I guess we were around 42nd Street or something. And you know when the conductors stick their head out and wave the hat when they said, all right, it's clear to move the train, everybody's off. So I go, stop this train. Stop. He goes, what's wrong? I says, this lady tried pickpocketing me, right, just to make it up to get her back. Basically, the whole subway system that day, the Bronx was stopped because of me. They arrested her. She started to, escape. They handcuffed her and took her away. And then I screamed, anybody else want to F with me? And they were off. Done.
You have so many issues where you have so many anger. It's never going to go away with you. It's all bubbling up inside you.
Well, what it is it just happens to find me. I don't look for this stuff, and It's
do you think it happens to find you, or do you think that you're
alert?
Yeah, you're putting it on people.
Yes, I do, because
how do you know? How do you know the lady that's walking back and walking you back, whatever, isn't laughing about something they talked about earlier, and you just assume it's about you, and you freak out and start yelling?
Maybe the little Indian lady at the bagel counter was like, "Hoo, he's cute." Like maybe she liked you.
Yeah.
Well, that's I'm so glad you bring up that point, sir. Yeah. Because
I think you're adorable.
I've heard this from well, I'm sorry, but I don't fling that way. But anyway, no, but I'm glad you mentioned that because I've heard men say it. I think I've heard comedians say it, and now I'm going to say it. Women if that was the case, let's just say, just come out and say it so there's no confusion. If you like a guy, you think he's cute, say it so it's not. It's like text, how it could be misconstrued. Just say it. Tell us.
Not everybody's got the balls that you got, though. You're a pretty confident guy who's also got a lot of anger. That lady people are shy. I don't want, and also in this day and age, you don't want to look like a creep saying, "Hey, well, I think you're very cute." You don't want to just say that in the middle of a bagel store.
Well, obviously that could have been that could have been true, but you can understand where I was coming from. I mean, she was making it so obvious.
You need to fight somebody. You need to get it out of your system.
Speaking of fighting somebody, I'm glad you mentioned that. My dad used to work for this company called KO Magazine in the 80s, and he met all popular wrestlers and boxers. Now, do you remember when, obviously, when Mike Tyson lost in Japan to Buster Douglas?
Yes.
Okay, so I had the game Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and my dad, who was the art director, goes, "Can you beat the game?" I says, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "All right, beat the game." So you beat the game, and I don't know if you remember, but in the end, there's the little Mario referee, and there's Mike Tyson knocked out. So my dad takes a photograph of the TV. I says, "What the heck are you doing?" He goes, "I'll tell you tomorrow." So the next night comes, he goes, I says, "Dad, so why'd you take the picture of that TV?" And he goes, "We're using that on the cover of next month's magazine,ch was seen all over the world."
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so that was
say
me.
you modeled Little Mario after you.
No. But no, that picture was because of me and my father.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Now, I don't know if you know Bill Apter.
Yes,
he is a
wrestling photographer, and I know who he is.
Yes. Yeah, he was friends with my dad. He worked for my dad's company. He was at my communion. I was at his apartment and stuff. Yeah.
Listen,
all right.
What is next for you? What's going to happen from here? You got the world's attention. You can't let this go. You got to keep building on it. You got to get.
I already did a ton of interviews yesterday. I got Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. He called me last night. I have Gary Delabate from Howard Stern texting me last night. So it's going to go places. Don't worry about it.
We do an event every year called the Punch Out. I want you to come down here and fight somebody.
All right.
Who would you fight? Who would you fight? Like I thought. Like
just make sure he's not under 6'5".
let's put something on the line.
You could be mad at Hoppy for taking all the height. We got a guy named Hoppy who's 6'10".
Yeah, but he's a 6'10" stick of dumb. You can probably kill him.
So what? I like rock climbing.
You know who wanted to fight him last night?
Who?
With my 12-year-old son.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And but he's tall. He was like, "I'll fight that guy." The guy showed him the video. He goes, "I'll fight him." I would like to do that. But you have to keep it. You know, I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelor or anything, but if they did a Bachelor with this guy, I would watch that in a second.
Yeah, for sure.
He would be yelling at the girls. Look at you. Look at you.
What are you laughing
you're
about?
You're not that pretty. Yeah. Your private smell. Yeah. Oh. Well, look.
Now, this is the Joe Pesci show. You ever see that on Saturday Night Live? I used to love that.
I got to tell you,
Jim Brewer used to play Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Brewer.
I would think that I thought that I wasn't going to like you. I thought you were going to be an a-hole, but you seem like a pretty nice guy. But you got to calm down.
Hilarious.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're funny, but you got to calm down because the wrong guy is you're gonna piss off the wrong guy or the wrong girl, and somebody's going to knock you out.
Don't stab me. I know my parents tell me, be careful.
Yeah.
You know, if you may have a bat, that don't mean you're going to win against the gun someday.
I don't know what we should do. Should we have a boxing match or should we find him a date?
I say we do both.
Let's do both. Yeah.
But obviously, if it's a fight, it's got to be. We got to wear boxing gloves.
Yeah. No. So every year, this is going to be the fourth or fifth one we've done. We have a couple of thousand people come. We set up a ring. It's all commissioned, and then we do it like 3 1-minute rounds. But I'd love to bring you in, but I want you to fight somebody that makes sense. Like, I'd love to see him beat up Hoppy. Hoppy fought a little guy last year, and he lost.
Who's that?
He's a kid that works here. He's a tall kid, but he's a dope. Why? I have an idea.
What?
Oh, why don't you fight? Why don't you fight a girl?
What?
If you live,
what?
Why don't you fight a girl? Get all your anger out on all the ladies who turned you down and fight a big girl.
I'll fight. Yeah, why not?
Would you fight it? Like, because I'll tell you, the number one thing of backlash has been from ladies. When I put on Instagram that you were going to be on the show today, they were like, "Why would you talk to that guy? He's so mean, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, I think he's entertaining. I'm definitely going to talk to him. But there's a lot of angry girls. So what if we find a girl to fight you?
Oh, wow. That would be so freaking.
And look, we'll make it worth your while. We'll put up a cash prize and the whole deal.
Yeah, that's fine with me, man. Just as long as the jingle is correct. Hey, I'm in for it, man. I don't care.
I love this guy. I guarantee you, between now and the Punch Out, there'll be another video of him beating somebody up.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you're.
This is great because it's freaking legal.
You should have played the Joker in the next movie. All right. I'm gonna work on this. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna put you on hold. I want you to give Spanish your address so we can send you a package of stuff. And I'm gonna lock you in for the Punch Out and the dating game. We're gonna get you a girlfriend
do both
that'll
down
date
here.
you, that'll take you, that'll go with you, but like a serious girl. She's like, I like him. He's good. He's cute. Take you to the Punch Out, then watch you beat up somebody, and then we'll all go out and party.
I see. Well, yeah, that sounds good to me. But I already got a few up here that like that seem they're covered on my rope already. So
yeah. Well, don't start turning them down just yet.
Yeah. Go through them all. So how many women? How many women have you made love to in your life so far? Don't lie. Don't lie about it.
Oh, I can't even remember that. Man.
6. I say 6.
No, I would say over 16, 17, I guess.
Oh, okay. They were all 16 or 17 years old?
No, you idiot.
Yeah,
Quality. Oh my God.
We're gonna find you a girl, and then we're gonna get you a boxing match, and you will leave a champion with money. Yeah.
Can I tell you a couple of maybe a quick joke or two?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
you do that, I'm gonna fight you in the
Oh, come on, man.
Listen to me. I want to be friends with you. I want to follow this story. And I give it 4 days before you're in the news again for yelling at somebody. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's our friend Chris.
All right, yeah, you got a deal, man. I'm down for anything, man. I'm willing to travel the world, meet people and everything. I hate to fly, but at some point I'm gonna have to do it. Because I told Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, he's like, oh, you hate to fly? I'm like, dude, I had a traumatic experience when I met my ex-wife in Indonesia, and it was bad.
Oh, you try to go buy one? You try to go buy a wife in Indonesia?
No, I know what you're thinking. No.
You yell at the plane?
I almost did, because when the plane dropped, I was ready to kill everybody.
Why are you in Indonesia if you're not going there to buy a wife?
Okay, how it starts was, when I was still living home, I got into James Bond movies, and half of those movies were shot in the Asian culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this big, beautiful picture frame of the Great Wall of China lit up at night. And I was like, you know what, I want to go to one of these countries. And I was just planning to go there as like a tour thing, but I wanted somebody that I at least was talking to, because I had a fear of being out of my comfort zone and getting lost. It was a big, big fear of mine. And so I met somebody, and I said, you know what, if it works out, great. If it don't. And it ended up did. She was a great girl. I screwed it up. And when she left me, we had a good amount of money in the box. She didn't take a nickel, not a nickel. And I offered a half of the amount of it. But maybe she didn't, because my dad had given her a Lexus, so maybe that's why.
Or was she like, no, you keep the money, just let me go, please.
Release me.
Please.
Maybe. Yeah, but you know what was funny was, 6 years later, when I was giving out my flyers, I bumped into her, and it was kind of an emotional reunion. But she was re-engaged, and I was really happy for her. And I wanted to tell her, I'm really grateful for this moment, because I wanted to apologize, and I let her know that, you were a great girl, and it was mostly me. It wasn't you. She goes, oh, don't worry about it. It's in the past. I just know it's really important that I let you know that. When
some things you're able to let go.
Oh yeah, and when I left, I was tear-eyed, and I thank God for that moment, because I've been wanting to tell her for a long time, and it was rest now. It was like I felt good,
We're gonna get you over your fear. By the way, we're friends with Jay and Silent Bob too. In fact, we're in the new movie that's coming out, the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So maybe we'll have Kevin come down and be in your corner for the fight.
Oh wait, is that the guy from Clerks?
Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Clerks, the guy, whatchamacallit, the guy that was dating that girl, the guy with the black hair and the mustache.
Silent Bob.
Silent Bob. There. Jay's friend, the fat guy, was fat, not fat anymore.
No, not Silent Bob. The other guy in the movie Clerks. What was his name?
Dante, but not him. I don't know him. I only know
Dante.
I only know Silent Bob. Oh.
Oh, okay. You guys ever talk to Dante? You never see that guy.
Why, you like that? Is that your favorite guy?
He's well, no. I mean, my favorite is Jay, but he's right up there. He's hilarious.
All right, listen. Let's get you down here.
You're not allowed to win here no more. That movie was great. Hockey on the roof. Something I would freaking do.
We'll watch it when you come down. We'll watch it.
I love this guy.
Oh, I did that line. I did that line for Jay with the Russian guy, Berserker, and he goes, I was dying. Oh man!
Listen to me. We may need to put the punch out next month. Move it up a date. Chris, good to talk. Oh boy,
Right.
don't beat anybody up today.
I'll try.
All right. If you feel like you're getting stressed out, call us up.
All right, now what am I doing? Did you say you put me on hold?
Yeah, hold on, and Carmen will get your address, and we'll
Love you,
go to
Chris.
the next step. Hold on, buddy. Yeah, Spanish.
Thanks so
You
much.
and Spanish are your best friends. You're about the same height, except he's the opposite of you. He loves everybody and hugs everybody.
Yeah.
You want to punch everybody in the
Oh,
spleen.
well, what is he on ecstasy or something?
No, yeah.
Sometimes.
I wish.
Yeah, he's gay. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. All right, there he is.
Wow.
Oh, I thought that guy was going to be, I mean, he's crazy.
Yeah, that's
but
a
I
lot
thought
of
he was going to
stuff.
be a jerk off, but he's somewhat sweet.
I think he's misunderstood,
Yeah, and
and
I
he
also,
misunderstands situations.
He's definitely got a short fuse.
Right. I think he thinks that everybody's making fun of him. Meanwhile, people are just living their life, and he's like, "You laughing at me?" And they're like,
Because
"What?"
he's one of those guys that blames everything on
Right.
because I'm little.
Mm-hmm.
They think because I'm little. Nah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we got. You think Hoppy would fight him?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd rather see a girl fight him.
Yeah.
For one giant leap for.
I'm sure there's a lot of
Female
girls
kind.
out there that would definitely want to fight him.
Oh, Maria, I know you're listening. Maria.
Oh.
I know you're listening, and you're like, I would have fight him. I would come down there and punch his face in.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Maria. Yeah, we can get. I'm sure we could find a girl, a nice tall girl, a nice. I mean, Maria's normal; she's average height.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can get a good 6-footer,
Mm-hmm.
but with some real sneaky skills, that would be great. All right. Well, we may have our first fight for the punch out.
Very nice.